Today, we are hopsters. We're joining Peru Hop on Lima's most exciting and most popular day tour. From the mini Galápagos of Peru in Paracas to the desert oasis in Huacachina. So come with us as we experience Lima's most popular day tour. We started off our morning with an early wake-up call, 5 a.m. to be exact.
Well, let's go.
Where we were picked up from our hotel by a small van and taken to meet up with the larger big red bus that will serve as our main form of transportation for the day. We will definitely be riding in comfort today with these super wide and super reclined seats. If you come to Lima, this is the #1 day trip tour in the city. So over the food tours, over the walking, town walking, this is the #1 thing to do in Lima. And since we only had a day here, we figured we would give it a shot to see how much fun it is. And it gives us a chance to get outside of town and see Huacachina and the mini Galápagos. But for the tour itself, we got picked up early this morning. It's with Peru Hop and it's all day. So it's 5 a.m. to midnight. We head off to Paracas, which is about 3 hours, where we get on a boat and it's an hour out to the island of Ballestas, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And you get to see different things like penguins, dolphins, sea lions. After that, you have an hour for lunch, and then you have an hour and 30-minute ride from Paracas to Huacachina, which is the desert oasis town. I'm sure you've seen it all over Instagram. And in the desert oasis, we get to have a 2-hour sandboarding tour with about 45 minutes inside the town. Our guide's about to come on and tell us a little bit more about what we're doing in the town, how much time we have at each place. But yeah, we'll see you in just a minute.
So from 10 to 12, you're taking the Ballestas Island tour, okay? After the Ballestas Island tour, you are returning back around midday, okay? From midday to 1 p.m. we have time for lunch, okay? Don't worry.
Okay, so we have just arrived in the town of Paracas, and I am so excited. We're about to get on the boat. It's going to take us to Ballestas Island, which is actually known as the mini Galápagos, because of all the wildlife around here. We're supposed to be able to see sea lions, birds, and penguins, all kinds of things. And they said if we're lucky, we might even see a dolphin. So let's go.
Okay, like Erin said, we're getting ready to head on the boat ride to the mini Galápagos Islands here at Ballestas Island. We grabbed a coffee and I want to tell you a couple of facts that we learned on our bus ride on the way here. Peru is split into 3 different zones. So if you notice from our last couple of videos that we were in Cusco, which is considered the highlands, and that runs through the middle of the country. And then on the eastern side is going to be the jungles. The jungle makes up 60% of Peru. And that area, that whole area is larger than the UK and Germany. The area that we're in now is the coastal side, where we're going to go visit the mini Galápagos Islands of Peru. Look up here.
I'm so excited. Look alive, Will. Oh, we're gonna get cool little life jackets. Ooh, stopped walking. A lot of people on this tour. But that's okay. It's okay. Seals will be worth it.
Save it first. This is the hardest thing I've ever put on this morning. What is going on here? Hello, my name is Louis Esther. I'm ready for my boat ride. After getting our life jackets on, we set sail on our 2-hour boat ride to the Isle of Ballestas. It didn't take long before we found some wildlife.
We just got so close to that. That was so crazy. They're right. Well, I was going to tell you what I learned about them. Okay, the one on the top is a boy because he's got the lighter mane, and the ones on the bottom, I think, are the girls. Yes. From what I've looked up online.
We just saw the trident that's up on the wall over there, and they said that they don't know who made it, who's responsible for it, but it's been there for years and years because it never rains here. It's the second driest desert in the world. That's pretty wild.
Pretty wild. To the Humboldt. The Humboldt penguin, because it's the Humboldt Current. Yeah.
Okay, pause. Let me tell you a little bit about this current because I think it's quite fascinating. The Humboldt Current, also known as the Peru Current, is one of the most important ocean currents in the world. It pulls cold water from Antarctica along the coast of South America. And as it moves, it drags nutrient-rich water up from the deep ocean in a process called upwelling. The nutrients brought along this current spark huge blooms of plankton, which attract small fish like anchovies, and those fish attract seabirds, penguins, and then eventually sea lions and other predators. This whole food chain that exists here is driven by this current. But it doesn't end here. This is just one of the many ecosystems fed by this current, which also includes the Galápagos Islands, a group of volcanic islands famous for the many unique plants and animals found there, which wouldn't be possible without this current. Okay, enough of the history lesson, back to the show.
That's why they're unique here.
These birds are called blue-footed boobies. They get their name from their blue feet, which come from the nutrients that they get from eating fish.
The fun fact that we just learned is there's so many birds here, they pile the guano or poop, and whenever it gets to 2 meters tall, they scoop it off and they use it as fertilizer for everything that they use on that in Peru. He told us that every banana that we made this trip has been fertilized from the bird poop from that island. And then we learned in 1975, this became a UNESCO World Heritage Site, or Ballestas became a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
As we made our way back, we found another buoy that had a group of sea lions on it.
Oh, that's a big boy. Oh.
How cool was that, Erin?
That's really cool.
We got to see some wildlife.
Wildlife. The Galápagos of
Yeah, the Galápagos of Peru.
Peru. They said this is the poor man's Galápagos. That's what it said online, literally.
The poor man's Galápagos. All right, so we just got off the boat, and now we're have like an hour for lunch, so we're poking around to see what we can find. What'd you think about the experience, Erin?
It was a really cool experience. We got to pull over to the buoys and saw some sea lions and seals. So that was really cool. We even saw some of them fight. That was cool. And then we saw penguins. We got to the island, saw the penguins. The penguins are so cute, and they are native to here. The only penguins that you can find in South America, because penguins typically like the cold, but these penguins like the warm.
Permanent residents is what they said.
Yes, permanent residents.
But I think we made it to our restaurant. Caramba. Our tour guide told us that we had about an hour for lunch, so we obviously chose the place with the dog taking a nap out in front.
Oh, that perfect one.
I went with the ceviche and the arroz con mariscos, while Erin went with, yeah.
Don't make fun of me.
Okay, so we have just finished lunch in Paracas, and now we are about to board the bus to go to our next destination, which is
Huacachina!
Woo! The Desert Oasis, the Instagram spot of Peru.
Once we made it back to the bus, we began our quick hour and 15-minute ride over to our next destination. Along the way, we were treated with some stunning landscapes, from deserts to farms to wineries, all before arriving in the stunning town of Huacachina.
Well, we have made it to Huacachina. This place is famous for being the desert oasis because of its natural lagoon, which was created by an underwater current that feeds the trees and plants around. And it made it a dune-swept sanctuary, and it's absolutely breathtaking. So this lagoon right here is the only one on the continent. And according to legend, there was an Inca princess who lost her love, and they say that the lagoon is actually her tears. So I know that the camera is just not doing these dunes justice at all, but they are absolutely massive, like massive. I looked up online and it said that some of them get up to be 500 meters, which is 16 200 feet tall. How wild is that? And we're about to sled down those things.
This was our last activity of the day, the main event if you will. We were about to embark on 2 hours of dune buggy and sandboarding, and we couldn't be more stoked. As we made our way up the dunes, the smell of the fuel began to fill the air and the rumble of the engines filled our ears. The peaceful oasis town we were just in turned into something out of a Mad Max film.
We just took the Dune Buggies, whatever that was. We just took the Dune Buggies out into the middle of, I guess this is the desert? That was insane. I had no idea that it was going to be that rough. I literally thought that we were on a roller coaster at one point, and I'm pretty sure that he was actually trying to flip us over. Anyway, we have made it to the valley, and now we are going to sandboard. I don't think I hit go.
All right, that was just an absolute blast. We really hope that you've enjoyed this video. That was my heart's racing a little bit. From the mini Galápagos and Paracas to the dunes of Huacachina, this has been a blast. This Peru Hop tour, the day tour from Lima, was it started off slow, but it lived up to the expectation in the end. This is definitely the highlight for sure. Not that the animals weren't also great, but this is a heart thumper for sure. But we hope you've enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed our other Peru videos, because if you haven't seen them, go back and watch them, where we spent a day in Cusco and we took a trip to the Sacred Valley, and then we stayed in the Star Lodge. Stay tuned for the next vid. We are flying business class with Latin American Airlines, so that'll be a good one. Until next time.
You see him? Hang on, let me see if I can get him.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh my God.